Welcome to Chamber Chats, a weekly series by the West Monroe West Ouachita Chamber of Commerce highlighting our valued members. As always, find out more about the Chamber and our members online at westmonroechamber.org. And now, this week's episode of Chamber Chats.
Hey everyone, it's Chris with the West Monroe West Ouachita Chamber, and I'm here with my awesome friends from the Northeast Louisiana Children's Museum. You know, before we get started, I want to address the Northeast part because it is not just Northeast Louisiana. Y'all have 19, almost 20 parishes that you draw from.
We absolutely do.
So that's a huge impact for Little Littles.
It truly
all the way up to young imaginations.
That's right. That's
So
some adults as well.
I know
Come on in and have
that you
fun.
both are probably ready in your brain with some statistics, but tell us some of those big numbers that is so impressive about your impact.
Well, of course, every year we grow our numbers of visitors and our outreach program. So our outreach program really took off once COVID happened.
Right.
We realized we can fill a need for STEM education where schools don't have to come to us. We can come to them on a field trip, bring everything they need. And so our numbers have just increased incredibly. Within the walls of the museum, however, the exciting problem that we have is that we can only fit a certain amount.
Right.
You know, where we are bound within the space. Mm-hmm. And so, of course, hence our capital campaign to relocate and expand and be bigger so that we can accommodate everyone. And we don't have to turn people away.
Right.
But really, I mean, 60,000 visitors a year. You know,
it's the population of the city of Monroe.
I know it is. It's bigger,
yeah.
Even. You know, and our outreach is really incredible. In fact, when I was leaving today, we got a call from Wynn Parish. Mm-hmm. Wynn Parish. I have to look up and see what towns were in Wynn Parish because it's been a while for us to bring programming there.
That's awesome.
So we see that as a wonderful thing. We see that as a need that we can fill.
Right.
You know, we talk a lot about birthday parties and all the fun that people come and our little summer camps.
And those are important too.
They are. That quality of life piece is very important.
Meeting young people where they are and providing opportunity in that elementary school because maybe some of those kids have never left that school.
That's right. That's right.
Or ever experienced a field trip. We're kind of spoiled that that's just normal.
Yeah, it's true.
And it is an experience.
It is.
Right.
You know, it really is for so many.
I mean, if you could just come and listen at the door and
I
just hear them come in, it just warms your heart. It just gives you hope for the future, and it just excites you.
Sparks are just going off.
Every day to come into work. You're right. Exactly.
Well, I don't have to ask you then what keeps you motivated because of that, right? Like dealing with young people is motivating because you're opening horizons and maybe changing futures.
That's right.
You said a word a while ago, STEM. Maybe people don't know what that word means. So elaborate a little on that.
Sure. So STEM or STEAM is what, of course, we kind of focus on too. It's science, technology, engineering, arts, and mathematics. Right. And so what we are is a support system for teachers and for schools so that when their kids read about the layers of the earth in a textbook, we can bring it to life and put it literally in their hands with an activity that's a STEM activity.
Right. And so it's kinesthetic, they're engaged.
That's right.
They don't have to stay still, they can move.
Right.
And they're feeling like possibilities are possible.
Exactly. And it's multi-focused. So it's not only science, it's fine motor skills, it's communication, you know, so there's a lot of things happening all at the same time, which is wonderful.
So tell me, each of you have a role. You seem to always be together, but I know you have distinct roles. So let's talk about Melissa. You've been there since the opening chapter.
I know.
However many years ago, we'll just say it's been a long time. And then, Dawn, you came and you're
I was blessed about 3 years ago to get to be a part of something that's changing lives. And I can't thank Melissa and the board enough for letting me just be a small part of it.
It's exciting because now we talk a lot about workforce development, but all those conversations really need to start way down here with possibilities. When we talk about site selectors coming into our community, all the time they say, what are the conversations you're having in pre-K about transportation? What are you having about possibilities?
Yeah.
You guys are doing that.
We are, and thank you for acknowledging that. I mean, that is a huge piece. That if we can spark an interest even with our little list of visitors, then it's something that potentially can continue. It can grow into a career. It can grow into an opportunity for them to stay in our community. and work here and raise their family here because there are opportunities
My
here.
mentor used to always say, they don't know what they don't know unless you tell them.
Yeah, that's true.
And then they won't know what's in their backyard unless you show them.
Yeah, that's
and
true.
You're doing both.
Yeah.
And I think it's
Well, thanks.
critical.
Aw, I'm
So-
going to have to steal that.
She was
Say
a
that
wise
again.
lady.
Yeah, say that again.
I'll write it down. Okay,
Yeah.
you keep showing this little baggie, and I'm
I
all
know.
about a little science project.
I know, so we can talk
So
while we're doing this.
let's
but
talk about it.
Okay,
And do.
okay.
You know,
So
I like
this-
a little.
we're going to build the layers of the earth out of Play-Doh.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to start with the red real quick.
Okay,
we're going to do a
start with
quick
the red.
version of it. So the red is the inner core.
Look, I'll be like Vanna White. Okay.
Okay, so we take out the red. It's the inner core.
I got it.
It's made of iron and nickel. It's solid because it's all the pressure around the other planets. So just give it a little roll, and then we're going to take out orange. Orange is going to represent the next layer out of layers of the earth, the outer core.
Okay.
Okay, so we asked the kids, how are we going to get this around this? And you've already got it figured out.
I'm gonna make it flat.
You are going to make a little
Okay.
pancake out of it.
Yeah, pass the
Yes, your string is attached there.
Uh-oh.
Pull that out if you can.
Okay.
Okay.
So imagine little fingers. What are we doing? What are we also doing other than layers of the earth? We're
Mhm.
working on those fine motor
Yeah.
skills,
Right.
Yeah.
and listening.
Visualization.
Exactly.
Listening,
Yeah,
engagement,
yeah,
following
And
instructions.
steps,
Yeah.
and steps in a process.
Right.
Believe it
Right.
or not, you know,
Yeah.
it's extremely important that they
Yeah.
can get from A to
Sure.
to B. You know?
So
Yeah.
now we're going to hide it.
Okay.
Okay? We're
Okay.
going to wrap it up like a little dumpling and then give it a little roll.
Ooh, now I want dumpling.
And
Okay.
of course, this is one of our many STEM lessons that we offer to everyone
Sure.
who come in the museum or we do it outreach.
I've got my mantle. all
Okay, very
done.
good. Okay, mantle's next.
Okay.
Okay, that's now what do we got to do?
Got to flatten
We
it
got
out
to flatten it out,
again.
make it a little bigger.
And you've even scaled these already for us.
We have. Well, we try and make it,
And you can talk
easy.
about volumes. And
Exactly.
You can talk about
we can because the
Mhm.
mantle is the thickest layer.
right.
It makes up the majority of the layers of the earth. It's made of rock, so the idea of being able to dig all the way to China
Yeah.
is really not
practical,
possible.
right?
Not possible.
You're going to hit this first,
Exactly.
so-
So then we're gonna wrap it up like a little dumpling too, and make a little, keep it a globe, keep it a sphere, the shape of the
I
earth.
love that you're like a ninja, and already I'm still fumbling.
If you only knew how many I
And
made of these.
And when you have 30 children doing it, you get to see who's the perfectionist,
That's
who
right,
wants
yeah.
to be first
Yeah.
to finish.
That's right.
Yeah.
who-
Yeah.
The beauty also of most of our STEM activities is we can cater it to a 3-year-old
Yeah.
all the way up to junior
So
high.
scalable in the
So it is.
conversation,
It is.
and
We
also
could expand on this for their testing and what they're going to have
Yeah.
to learn
Yeah.
there from geography.
It's
Then
true.
We can bring in history of how the earth has changed over the
Cross
years.
through
Yeah.
I mean, we
elements
really
of
That's
it.
right.
can. You
And
really
even
can.
the older kids, we say we're with the younger kids, but the middle schools love to do hands-on activities too,
Sure,
and
why
we love it when we get the opportunity to
Well,
go.
Look at us, we're having a ball.
No
Literally,
pun intended. So I got my mantle.
Okay, what layer is this?
This is the outer.
Outer layer, the crust.
Yeah.
Why do
So
you
we're
think
gonna-
it's blue?
Yeah.
Oh, well, are we representing water?
We are.
Okay.
very
Because
good.
most of it's water.
Most of it's
Very
water.
nice.
Okay, he's got an A plus.
He's doing well in it.
I love
Your
it.
your high
setting
school
me up for
science teacher
success.
would appreciate that you know it. Okay, so we flatten it all out. Of course, wrap it around too, hide it all. We talk about the how much the earth is water, how many oceans there are. We
Yeah.
learned that there were 4, but now people talk about there being a
are
5th
5
ocean.
in most books.
So Pacific, Atlantic, Arctic,
Mhm.
Indian.
And the southern.
And now there's the
Oh.
Southern Ocean.
Now they
Dang it.
recognize that, and that's a new one to us. It's like poor
My old
Pluto.
brain has to, yeah, poor
Pluto's
Pluto.
out. We get rid of one continent.
I'm still
planet.
keeping my NASA shirt that says 9 planets.
Perfect.
All right,
Okay, then we have
yay.
one last little piece, and it's green. And what do you think we're going to do with the grain?
Oh, we're gonna add some land.
We are landing.
Okay.
We're adding land.
Okay.
How many are we adding?
Why
How many
should
little
we?
pieces?
All the continents.
All of them. So we have 7 little
7
spots
little
that we're going to,
spots.
whoops, maybe 6 because I dropped one on the ground.
That's okay.
We put-
Australia will forgive you.
Yeah, exactly. Poor Australia. So we'll pull off some, and we'll just make them represent the continents. And then, of course, you have a model of the Earth, which is amazing.
I'm so pumped up.
But wait, there's
And
more.
Well, wait, there's more.
There's always more. You didn't think that was it, did you?
No, I'm still trying to make my
will-
land
you make
back.
your-
We will,
you make
we
your
will,
con-
we
you
will
can
give
make
you
your
a moment.
continents.
We will give you a moment. So anyway, they get to put in their hands what we're doing. Like we said before, it's something that we can bring around to all the
Yeah.
schools. It really does help the teachers.
Yeah.
we bring all the supplies too, which is great,
Right.
And then we also do things at the museum, hands-on, like Saturdays. During the summer, we're doing a Spark and Design from on Tuesdays and Thursdays from 10 to 1, and it's just an added extra activity included in your admission. That's something like this. That's hands-on.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Because summer, there's like, what do you do all
right.
summer long?
That's right.
And you only go to the pool so many times.
Yeah, that's right. And we're air conditioned and we're open from 9 to 4.
You know you're in Louisiana when you're promoting rare.
That's right. That's right. Okay, so here I'm going to give you my string because yours is long. Well, okay, so we're going to slice it in half. It's the best part.
And then we get to see the layers.
Then we get to see the layer. So push it all the way down and kind of give it a little saw. And sometimes it gets a little stuck and you have to pull the string all the way through. And then you get to open it up and look at your layers that you created. Let me see. Ta-da!
Look, I did it.
You did it!
And you did such a great job.
Thank you. That's very good.
You did it. That's right.
I love this.
Isn't that fun?
This is so engaging.
And then we tell them to take it home and see if you can recreate
Tell the
this
story.
at home.
That's right.
So then maybe big sister,
Yeah.
big brother,
Yeah,
mom,
it's
and
re-engaged.
get a little
Continue
review as
the
well.
conversation.
Engagement.
That's
That's
so
right.
much fun.
Isn't that fun? Isn't that fun? So,
You mentioned, we had to transition for a second.
Yes.
You mentioned the capital campaign you're doing.
Yeah.
Let's revisit that.
Sure.
So, you've been downtown on that riverfront since the beginning, I think, right?
Yeah.
And good, bad problem. We've long since outgrown that space.
Yeah.
And re-envisioning a space in Forsyth Park, which would be beautiful for the kids to have more area to go and make that whole engagement of that field trip.
Yeah.
So where are we in that process?
Well, if it was up to us, we'd be there already.
That's right.
But it's going really, really well.
Sure.
I mean, the local commitment has been incredible.
Yeah.
And we know that there are other organizations, there's other businesses that we haven't reached out to yet, and it's a wonderful list that we're knocking out. If anybody wants us to
So opportunity is still
yes.
available.
Oh, for sure.
Come and be involved. It's not just about naming rights, it's about preparing the future for everything from workforce.
And we hit a huge milestone recently. We have our Founding Families campaign. Well, they would be recognized at the new museum forever, and we reached halfway. So now we're looking for our next 50 families and businesses. So jump in and be part of
that legacy.
Be a part of the legacy.
I think so many times for things like what you're doing, it's not just about the name.
Right.
It's about, this is an unprecedented opportunity to leave a legacy beyond yourself in generations.
Your great-grandchildren will get to see that you were part of building something
really amazing. Sit in the shade of the trees planted by your forefathers.
Right,
That's
exactly.
So cool.
Exactly.
What do you think is the hidden secret of the Children's Museum when you see those kiddos come in? What's the thing that they go to gravitate to?
Well, like exhibit-wise, I would say probably the Big Mouth.
Okay. Yep.
And the White House.
Yeah.
Picking up the phone and the Kids Cafe. And my favorite is the White House because you really can see that a child can imagine to be anything in the world they want, including the President of the United States. And I think that's pretty amazing.
Dream big.
Exactly. It's amazing. And the engagement between parent and child is something that, or caregiver and child is something that, is a gift for us to be able to see every day.
So, how do people find out about your summer programming? Go on the socials or your website?
Yes, both.
Okay.
Really, we update often on our socials, so I would recommend that. Like this Friday Sunday is free for dads because it's Father's Day.
Oh, yeah.
And then we're going to have a Go Camping Day at the end of June where we've got lots of extra activities in our backspace Camp Woodland.
You don't want to miss
I know, it's going to be so much fun.
It's going to be hot.
So
it's
much
going
fun.
to be so much fun.
And we don't charge anything extra other than admission for all our special, things like that this summer because we want everybody to be able to come. And look up Museums for All. That gives people with SNAP benefits the opportunity to come for only $3.
Oh, that's beautiful.
Yeah, because we want everyone to be able to come.
Yeah, and then be looking into the fall. You'll always do Christmas events and all kinds of things.
Yes.
Easter Bunny comes by and
we got a lot of regulars.
Sometimes a dinosaur pops out. You never know what you're going to get.
It's so exciting.
And don't forget about Skeletons on Tower.
Yeah.
Believe it or not,
which has become a big fundraiser.
It's huge. So much
tell us about that so people will know going forward.
Well, believe it or not, you don't have to be on tower to
Okay.
participate.
Yes,
If I
that's
could get
big.
one word out,
Yeah.
that would be it. You can be anywhere in our 19 parishes that we serve and come represent and let kids see your, to highlight your business in such a fun way. I mean, we even have nursing homes that come through and tour the skeletons. And it's just a happy little way to highlight some
extraordinarily clever.
They really are. And you win awards, so it's a little bit of a contest, but it's mostly about the fun.
Brings out the best in people other than a little bit of contest.
That's right.
I love
That's right. But different size skeletons. We have
from ginormous.
Let us know if you're interested, and we'll make it work. We want you out there and letting the kids enjoy and seeing all the businesses. They remember those kind of things.
They do. Thank you so much for all you're doing. Thanks for sharing and letting me play with you this morning.
We're so proud of you. We're so proud of you.
Be sure to follow them on their socials, and we'll tag you in the comments of this video. We're excited for everything you do and can't wait to see how summer closes for you.
Yay! Thanks for having us.
We appreciate you.
Join us on the next chapter of Chamber Chats, where we highlight other members of the community.